Hey, Perfect Spirit. I'm Sam Shelley, and they call me the Miracle Man. Now, let's create a miracle in your life right here, right now. No time to delay. Let's do this. Let's create that miracle. So, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I talk about getting rid of all that noise that's creating stress, worry, anxiety. That's all that head trash, and we need to throw that out. So, today I want to talk about, how we're seeing the world. Now, we can see the world through the eyes of the soul, which just sees beauty, peace, harmony, joy in this moment. Or maybe through the eyes of the mind, that's seeing the imperfections, seeing the lack, just seeing all this nonsense that it's creating a filter on the way we're seeing things, this head trash. It doesn't see the beauty in all things. It doesn't find the joy in every moment. It's constantly stealing that happiness and joy, all those stories that this moment is imperfect, that it needs to be different than it is. But this moment is exactly how it needs to be, right here, right now. Because this experience is allowing you to grow, to expand. So realize there aren't any mistakes. The universe is giving you exactly what you need for your growth in this moment. And yes, it may be difficult, it may be painful. In my case, it was losing the ability to walk from multiple sclerosis, but I see that was really a blessing. It really forced me to go within, to discover who I truly was. If it wasn't my thoughts, my stories, my labels, my opinions, my beliefs, that personality, all that stuff creates your personality, your identity. So if you're not that, then what are you? You are that perfect spirit that can do all things. It's simply the mind creating those limitations, those blocks. But you can do it all. Just slow down, take a breath, realize that you're alive. And then you want to move from this deeper place of inspiration. First, we have to remember who we are. Get rid of this and just remember who we are and really know ourselves as consciousness, as spirit, as soul. Then once we're there, we get ourselves into a place of peace, stillness. And then from there, the wisdom arises. And then we need to act on that wisdom. It's all very simple, but it may not be necessarily easy, because your mind is constantly distracting you with all these stories, all these worries, all these upsets. But we're here to embrace life. So we can see through the eyes of the soul, the beauty, the peace that's right here, right now. Or we can choose to see through the eyes of the mind, being filtered through the head trash. So it's going to see the lack, the not good enough, the imperfections of this moment. But we have to realize that this moment is exactly how it needs to be, right here, right now. Not protesting against this moment. For when you protest against this moment, the unpleasant experience will probably stick around because you're giving it energy and you're demanding it that it should not be here, which really enforces it to be here. But it's really being at peace with the situation and noticing that it's not desirable, it's not to my liking. What's the way I move forward in this situation? What's the way I change course? And we have that power to change course, that we're perfect spirit. We can do all things. It's simply the mind saying you can't do this or that. And it's all nonsense, because you can do it all. And you can have it all as well, because there's no lack in the universe. There's infinite abundance. Now, when I'm walking around Manhattan like I was today, you can just see all the wealth. You walk around Madison Avenue, Park Avenue, where I was today, and you can see all this massive wealth. And then right in front of Central Park is Billionaires Row. Billionaires Row right there in front of Central Park. Condos go there for like 36 million, 50 million. It's really unreal what people are spending on their places there. And we can see, that there's just absolutely no lack. The people that are living there don't feel like they're not supplied and supported. They allow the abundance to come to them. But the mind has sort of thrown up the resistance that you don't deserve this, you're not worthy of this. But just realize it's just stories. But the more you see life through the eyes of the soul, the perfection of this moment, then you're become in harmony with this moment and all that is. But simply, when we see through the eyes, it blocks the abundance, blocks the peace, blocks distress. No, it actually doesn't block distress. It creates distress, creates the anxiety, creates the worry, but it's blocking that peace, that joy, that happiness, that contentment. Because this moment is never good enough for the mind. It needs to be different. No matter what, the mind is never satisfied. It's this paralysis of perfectionism. That this is perfect just the way it is here, right now. That we don't need to keep chasing outside of ourselves this constant to-do list. We just need to remember who we are, be that. Allow the wisdom to rise up within you, then act before the mind can sway you a different direction, a path and direction that's not serving you. Because we're here to be free, to be light, to celebrate life, to be filled with joy, and not allowing the emotions of depression, anger, frustration to rule the day. Because they're just going to block and slow things down, keep you stuck in the mud. And we're not here to be stuck in the mud. We're here to flourish, to thrive, to enjoy this life, to have it all, with no limits, no lack, just a celebration of life, just to celebrate the fact that you are alive. And if you're alive, then everything is possible. Just if you're not feeling, the appreciation for being alive, go to a cemetery. The Buddhists have a practice of going to the cemetery to remember the impermanence of life, that this body is only here for a short time. So we need to act right here, right now, because this limited time is ticking away. And you cannot get that time back. Once that second's gone, it's gone. But once that dollar's gone, you can acquire another dollar or $5 or 10. There's no rules, there's no limitations. Only restrictions are up here in this head trash, this nonsense, all this stuff that doesn't serve you. So really my mission is to get you to remember who you are outside of this head trash, because this head trash is destructive. It's deadly. For some people, this head trash is deadly. Suicide, depression, all the stress that it causes creates that heart disease, other issues, stress related, are all rooted in the head trash. So it's just a matter of remembering that you're in control of your perspective. Seeing from the eyes of spirit, your soul, the universe, or the eyes of the mind filled with head trash, with those blinders on of that true perception of who you really are, worthy and deserving of it all. Just be you. You don't need to wear all these masks, all this identity. It's all stemming up from here. Tear off the mask and just be you. Celebrate you. Don't try to conform to fit into their mold. You were born to be a unique expression of all that is. You're here to be you, not to mimic another, but just to really be you. And to be at peace with yourself, to be gentle with yourself, to be kind to yourself. I'm just your reminder, just your reflection, that you know that the peace is within you, and you know that you know what's best for you. You don't need society demanding you to be a certain way. It's not helpful, it's not supportive. So see the beauty in life and take good care of yourself, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now.